All right, everybody. So now we're looking at two-digit dividend. So the dividend is the first number in a when you write it like this, or it's the number under the radical. This thing is called a radical. It's the number under the radical. So the dividend is the number you're dividing, and the divisor is the number of groups that you're dividing the dividend into. So this would be three groups. So it's going to turn 36 into three groups. Okay. Here it would be, it's going to turn 75 into five groups. So how do I figure that out? Well, let's take a look here. So when you're doing a division problem and you lay it out like this is the number you say first. So this would be 57 divided by 4. Okay, to work this out, and this is the standard American way of doing it, you're going to start with the tens place first. So you're going to just look at how many times does 4 go into 5? 4 goes into 5 one time. The 1 goes directly over the 5. Okay? Then you do 4 times 1 is 4. And then you do 5 minus 4 is 1. After that, you bring down the 7. So now you're doing how many times does 4 go into 17? Okay? Not how many does it go into 7, because you had 1 left over here, so it's how many times does it go into 17? So 4 will go into 17 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16. 17 minus 16 is 1, and there's 1 left over. There's nothing left to drop down, so this is what we call a remainder, or what's left over. The remainder is the number or part left over when you divide, so that's 1. So the steps for dividing anything are divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, and remainder. And a good way to remember this, and a way that a lot of people remember this, is daddy for divide, mommy for multiply, sister, brother, Rover for the dog. Okay, so you divide first. How many times does 4 go into 5? That's the division part. It goes in 1 time. Then you do 4 times 1. That's the multiply part, is 4. Then you do the subtract part. Take 4 away from 5, which is 1. And then the bring down. If there's a number left to the right of what you're working on, you bring it down. And then if you can, you keep going and you start over at divide. So we can divide 4 into 17. Okay, 4 times 4 is 16. This is the multiply step. Then the subtract step. 17 minus 16 is 1. There's nothing left here to bring down. So and then we go on. Is there anything left? If there's anything left, it becomes the remainder. If it's 0, there is no remainder. Okay, so let's do a couple more of these together. So the division step. How many times does 5 go into this 6? It goes in 1 time. Mommy multiply. 5 times 1 is 5. Okay, sister subtract. 5 minus 6 is 1. Okay, brother bring down. The 5 has already been brought down, but the 5 will be brought down to here. Now we go back to divide. How many times does 5 go into 15? It goes 3 times. Now the mommy multiply. 5 times 3 is 15. Sister subtract. 15 minus 15 is 0. No remainder. Okay, so let's try another one. Okay, and I'm going to talk you through. It's divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. If there's another number to divide, we start back up at divide, multiply, subtract. If there's no more bringing down, then whatever's left over becomes the remainder unless it's 0, and then there is no remainder. So let's start with daddy divide. 3 goes into 4 1 times. Okay, 3 times 1 is 3. If this number is ever larger than this number, this is not the correct answer. So this number has to be smaller than this number, or this is incorrect. So divide, we did 3 goes into 4 1 time. Mommy multiply, 3 times 1 is 3. Sister subtract, 3 minus 4 is 1. Brother bring down, because there is a number here to bring down, and it's always the one directly to the right that we bring down. So if there was 15 digits here, it would always be the next one to the right that we would bring down. Okay, so we're bringing down the 5. Now, does 3 go into 15? It does. It goes in 5 times. 3 times 5 is 15. 15 minus 15 is 0. Okay, so you are going to do today 1 through 10. When you get down to problems like this, rewrite them. 60 divided by 4. 64 divided by 5. 70 divided by 6. And remember, daddy, mommy, sister, brother, rover. Those are the steps. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, remainder. Okay, and you just keep rolling through those steps over and over and over and over and over until you're finished. All right?